So you must be wondering why MOH'S reviewing the iPhone 5s in 2016. Well, you may want to take a closer look as this is the all new iPhone SE. In a nutshell, this phone has all the new features from the iPhone 6s in the iPhone 5s body. The question is now, for many of you, why Apple? And the simple answer is that this is Apple's take on the small flagship smartphone, a device which has the up-to-date specs in a reasonably small enclosure. So it really shares that beautiful classy structure and build with its older brother, which in my opinion it is completely acceptable. In fact, I think that the iPhone 5s was the best iPhone that was ever made, so this new iPhone SE must have a lot going for it. So this squarish rectangular design is something that I admire, not only because it looks classy, but also it maximizes the grip of the device, unlike the iPhone 6 and up, which have the new curved rounded back design. To be honest, I was expecting to see a new design for the iPhone SE, as it is 2016, which means there are many other manufacturers which will be taking aesthetics as a high consideration. But hey, you don't need to fix something that ain't broken. So the only way that you'll be able to tell the difference between the iPhone 5s and the iPhone SE is that you would either see it finished in rose gold, or you would spot the SE stamp on the rear of the device, which stands for Special Edition. Apart from that, not even a techaholic will be able to tell the difference. So when I first unboxed the iPhone SE, which the link will be in the description, my first thoughts were, wow, this is crazy small, especially after using the S7 Edge as a daily driver. However, after using the device for roughly 10 minutes, I became quite adapted to the small screen. One thing that I still haven't got used to though is the tiny keyboard, but then again I guess time would solve that. Whilst talking about the small screen, it's perfect for those that would like to use the device with one hand and be able to reach all four corners with your thumb. As a small device, it's actually easier to handle, which I noticed when I first slipped it into my pocket. Although many people are happy with such a screen size, to me it is something that I see as a downside. The first thing is that we still have the same 4-inch display from the iPhone 5 with its identical resolution of 1136 by 640. Being under 720p only results in less of a viewing and gaming experience compared to a device with a much larger screen. No matter how good the performance is, it just would not be able to meet the standards of a bigger screen. Talking about performance is where this small device really excels. As I stated before, this device shares the same features as the iPhone 6s, including the specs but excluding the screen, which means that there is much more power distributed rather than a high percentage of it being pushed towards pixels. So you get an A9 chip with 2 gigs of RAM, which just makes the phone lightning fast. Another upgrade is the camera, which also comes from the 6s. We have a new 12 megapixel sensor, which is also able to record in 4K, which means that this camera is definitely future-proof. The only problem is that the iPhone has been released in a 16GB storage configuration, which means that you'll probably get a few minutes of filming before you get that annoying storage is full pop-up. However, with a 64GB device, you should be just fine. Nevertheless, as MKBHD said, this has to be the best camera in a small flagship device. Where Apple really took a shortcut is the front-facing camera. We only have a 1.2 megapixel shooter, which isn't the worst for a selfie, but hey, if you're upgrading the rear camera, you can't forget about the front. There are really minor things which sets this phone back a little. One of them is Touch ID. Don't get me wrong, it's still amazingly accurate, however it just seems a bit sluggish compared to the new fingerprint readers which are now available on the market. Just to finish off with the front of the device, we have not got Force Touch, which means that the quick shortcuts from the home screen are not present. Finally, something that really impressed me is the small 1642mAh battery. All I can comment on this is that iOS has some serious power efficient management. And that's it for this video, and I think that's about all you need to know about the iPhone SE. I hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to hit the thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. We have America's leading USB charging brand, fast. Taking a look at the back.